heading the best-in-class diabetes care tech platform.
BeatMySugar is a platform for people with diabetes with the intent to be true partners in their life.
He's committed to transforming the lives of pre-diabetic and diabetic patients.
We are talking of digital health, or I may say M-health, mobile health, that brings that healthcare within the reach and accessibility to everybody within the country.
NewsX India A-List proudly recognizes Praveen Singhal for excellence in healthcare services.
Hello and a very warm welcome to NewsX A-List. Today I'm joined by Mr. Praveen Singhal. He's the co-founder and director of BeatMySugar. A very warm welcome to NewsX.
Thank you, and thanks for having me here, Richa.
Mr. Singhal, before we understand anything else, let's understand the ethos of BeatMySugar. Can you help us understand what is that?
Yeah, so BeatMySugar is a platform for people with diabetes with the intent to be true partners in their life. So the ethos driving the corporate culture are in sync with it, and our ethos are being collaborative, transparency, progressive, and integrity. We always believe in growing along with all of our stakeholders and to deliver the best solution to our customers using all the progressive tools and technologies available in healthcare.
You call your model an all-inclusive one. How's that?
So to understand that, let's understand the three main pillars for BeatMySugar. The first one is education. So second is products. And the third one would be services. In education, we have very exclusively self-curated content from various key opinion leaders and our internal medical affairs team to disseminate the right information and knowledge to people with diabetes. And along with that, we have come up with one of its kind in India, a diabetes education program co-authored by two leading diabetologists of national and international repute to help people understand basics of diabetes so that they can start their self-monitoring of this silent pandemic. On the product side, whatever a person with diabetes need, be it food and supplements, foot care, books, or medicines and devices, that is what we make available to him. And the most important thing, the core of BeatMySugar is services, which helps him manage his lifestyle in terms of doctor's consultation, diet and fitness plans, and lab services, and also fulfilling his insurance needs. So with this, we call it an all-inclusive model for people with diabetes.
Absolutely. It's like a one-stop for people with diabetes. They get to your platform and they'll have everything that they need. What was the reason for starting this in 2019? What made you think?
Interesting one. So it came from within the families of co-founders, with two of them being diabetes. So Shaurya was type 1 diabetic at the age of 12, and Atul is type 2 for over 2 decades. So having understood the pain and the trouble they had in finding all the requirements at one place, that gave the thought for BeatMySugar. And then we found that though India is becoming the world capital of diabetes,
yes, but
in terms of awareness, in terms of right information, it's completely missing. So we came up with this concept of BeatMySugar.
As you explain, why is it all-inclusive? As you provide every possibility what a person needs who has diabetes, what are the offers that you have for your consumers? Are there packages that a consumer can have, or there is a strict pattern that you tell your consumers on your platform? For example, somebody logs in, how do you help them out?
So the help is in the form of complete care, what we intend to provide. And this is driven by our concept, which is in our DNA, that is 4E: educate, empathy, engage, and evolve. So with this, we are there to take care of all the requirements and be the true partners in their journey with diabetes.
Mrs. Singhal, one thing that people are very fearful of is, I know for a fact that doctors, hospitals, and trust factor. Even though in our country, I think everywhere else also, people get very, very scared when we talk anything or in relation to medicine or doctors. How do you help gain that faith for your consumers?
So our ethos of transparency and integrity, they drive the trust from people, and that get reflected in the results so far. At present, we have over 35% orders, our customers at repeat customers.
Okay.
Okay, and this also gets accelerated because this is one place where they get right information. The doctors who are associated with us, the content which goes to them, that is in a way to help them understand and get the right information about diabetes. So this is how that trust factor is built.
And 2020, a year which has seen a lot of change when we talk about the field of medicine and health and people's reaction towards that. How has it been for your platform? Because you just started the platform in 2019.
Yeah. So 2020, yes, has been the year of pandemic. And in fact, if you look at it, pandemic has actually accelerated growth for healthcare and e-commerce.
Yes.
We being in healthcare, it has been a boom for us. We utilize this time, and during this period, our tech development was accelerated. Overall, our customers' visibility and reach went up, and that is gets reflected in our customers' response to the platform. So it has been, I would say, a good year, a good time for us.
Something good coming out of 2020, which is good to hear. What kind of queries do you get majorly on your platform?
So I think the major query what we get is surprisingly from various brands and vendors,
okay,
wherein they are showing the interest, how they can associate with us and how their products can be onboarded on BeatMySugar. So that is a major queries, and I think that is very, very interesting and motivating for us because it shows the kind of traction and in the visibility what this platform has already built.
Absolutely. Not just that, it's a form of trust, as I was mentioning. People believe in your platform, therefore they want to be associated with it. What kind of R&D has been happening at the back end for BeatMySugar?
So in terms of, so if you say R&D, so we are a tech platform, okay, and we are providing technological solutions through technology to people with diabetes. So in terms of R&D or in terms of strategy or development, we need to understand what is happening today. Today, if somebody has diabetes, or for that matter, any other disorder or ailment, what he does, he will go to a doctor, he will tell the doctor that this is what I'm suffering with, and this is that the doctor will give him prescription. So his current problem is solved. That is not what we see the future of healthcare. And to provide the solution, we are developing various tools so that remote monitoring enabled by data science and artificial intelligence can be put into use, wherein rather than being reactive, we provide proactive solution to people with diabetes, helping them manage their disorder.
This is actually something that people with diabetes should understand, because just going to a doctor and having, as you said, instant help is what they need, but they also need to know their pattern for the future. But something like what you're providing is understandable for the, a metropolitan city consumer. Do you think a 2-tier, 3-tier consumer for a patient of diabetes understands your platform?
I think that's a good question. Now, if you look at the way this complete ecosystem is changing, let me just quote some numbers. Internet penetration in India is going high and higher. and it is expected that we would have 1 billion connections by 2025.
Yes.
Smartphone numbers are increasing, and we expect to have about 966 million by 2023. So that means the majority of population would have internet connection. They would be connected through mobile phones. And when we as a platform, we are talking of digital health, or I may say M-health, mobile health, that brings that healthcare within the reach and accessibility to everybody within the country. So we need to be very mindful of how we can reach out. So we need to be very mindful of how we can reach out and provide the health facilities to people living in semi-urban, rural, and far-flung areas.
Mr. Singhal, before I let you go, just a quick question. What is the vision ahead? I'm able to understand the vision ahead, but if you can put it through for what is the vision ahead for BeatMySugar?
So BeatMySugar is and would be a fully integrated tech-enabled platform. And our vision is to be the leading provider of diabetes care with our continuum of care model, not only in India, but in other parts of the world.
Thank you so much and all the very best.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Thank you.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.